Okay, so a very quick little video. I was tagged by the great Lizzie at Rose and Jones, go check her out, to just do 4 fragrances linked to each of the elements. It's very quick, it's very brief, it's very disjointed and weirdly put together, but enjoy, folks. Okay, and for water, what I've picked this time is this Dirham from Ardal Zafaran. Now, if you don't know this fragrance, it's basically a lovely kind of, it opens up a bit harsh, but it dries down to this kind of watery, beautiful rose and kind of floral fragrance. It's quite fresh, it's not heavy, but it literally does feel like the most kind of beautiful water. As you can see, that's lovely. This is about as good as water gets near me. But yes, it's really refreshing. I'd say it's a perfect kind of summer fragrance. It's got a nice sweet rose, it's very light. Then florals give that kind of, you know what I mean? That kind of, like he's floating in something like this, like a heavy kind of watery feeling. So for water, we've got Ardal Zafaran Dirham. So linking to the first element, water, I'm doing it with Game of Thrones gods, well, trying to. So obviously linking to the water will be the drowned god. And obviously he controls the seas, he protects and destroys sailors, he controls the waves and the things like that. And in order to submit to him, obviously you've got to drown yourself to give your life to him. And that's where what is dead may never die comes from. So yes, that's the drowned god for water. Okay, so for air, you'd think it would be a windier day, wouldn't you? But of course it's not, because I'm filming. I have picked Burberry, London, which now won't focus, obviously. But the reason I've picked this for air is because it's very beautiful. It's not, I wouldn't say it's soft and air-like, but it is very, it's what you want the air to smell like. It's this lovely crisp jasmine and other white florals. It's just it fills your lungs full of just nice feelings and goodness. And it kind of, I think it also goes with that kind of cold air feeling. It's not a cold fragrance, but it, you know what I mean? It has that crispness, that sort of freshness you'd expect from sort of early spring and that. So yeah, for air, I have picked Burberry, London. And we've gone for the god of air, is again a spurious one, but I think it works actually, is the Night King actually, because obviously he controls the elements and he travels and his minions, they all travel through the air, through the blizzards, through the snow, don't they? And that's how they kind of move about and they envelop you with a cold air. So yeah, why not? I'm going to make the Night King the air god. Now then, for earth, I've come well prepared this time, so I don't get lost in the mud. For earth, I have picked this little beauty from Lalique, Hommage à la Hommage. Well, the reason I picked this is it's a particularly kind of green but fresh, beautiful scent, and obviously represents all kind of earthy feelings. You know, that kind of, it's got that green freshness in it from the violet leaf, and it's just very pleasant and lovely. So it kind of, again, it's got that kind of feeling where you breathe it in and you're taken somewhere green and beautiful and luscious. It's got that nice old school kind of tweed walking in the countryside kind of feeling to it. So for earth and all this lovely earth everywhere, I have gone for Lalique, Hommage à la Hommage. So again, they're quite spurious, let's say, some of them. So for earth, I've gone for the old gods, and they could be described as earth because they're connected to the weirwood trees, which are the oldest trees and the magical, and the children of the forest worship them. and so did some of the old men. And obviously through the three-eyed raven, they're all connected, aren't they? They're all connected to time and everything living, so everything can be seen, everything that's going to happen can be seen. So yeah, the old gods for Earth. Okay, so the last element in this video is going to be fire. And I need to do this quickly before I get arrested for arson. What I've picked for fire is Cillian's Sweet Redemption, the end. And that's because this represents fire perfectly to me. It's like a sweet, beautiful, very sticky, resinous fragrance. But it's also got this kind of spicy darkness to it, which I think perfectly represents fire. And it kind of, that spicy warmth kind of sets your soul on fire, if you like the name suggests. It's kind of, you know, a kind of final hurrah kind of thing. And my fire's gone out. Anyway, for fire, that's Cillian's Sweet Redemption, the end. Like it'll be the end of me if I don't hurry up. Fire again, the red god Rahela. The followers and the priests and priestesses see images of what might happen through the fire and the flames, and obviously he's also considered the Lord of Light, and he protects his followers, obviously because the night is dark and full of terror. Okay, so for my tags, first of all, if she gets time, I'd like to tag Clemence at CCE Fragrances. And I'm going to tag her as the fire element, because of course we all know that great French fire and great French passion. And next is Tara at Olfactophiles, and the reason I've kind of, though I'm matching her up with air, and that's because Tara kind of is like one of them elements that's all around us and kind of speaks to us from all different levels. Yes, I'm pushing it a bit. Earth, of course, if he gets time, is our Kevin at Merseysense. He's a northerner, so he's very down to earth. He's very earthy. He's very gruff, our Kev. He's not really. He's a lovely guy, but he's certainly a very down to earth, earthy chap, and that's Kevin at Merseysense. And finally, there's the Burrow or Hill or Hillary. And I'm not sure she's been tagged yet, if I've beat everyone. But the reason, and water for Hillary. And the reason I kind of gone for water is because Hillary's a very kind of reflective sort of reviewer. She reflects back what the fragrance gives you, and she kind of reflects ourselves and us all. God, it's so bad, isn't it? Alright, you folks tagged. If you get time, great. If you don't worry.